He was giving these puppies away to friends of his that were in his same position, drunk and homeless. I've known Carlos and his wife Judy for a few years now, and as long as I've known them, they've always lived on the street or out of their car. Carlos stopped by not to surrender the puppies. He asked me if I would help him get them vaccinated because he already had homes lined up for them. And one of the homes is his drinking buddy who also lives on the street and can't take care of himself. And this little guy is Pee-wee, the father of the puppies. We loaded up that morning, went down to the walk-in clinic to get all the puppies vaccinated, and while we were there, I asked Carlos if it would be an option to get Pee-wee fixed, if we could get him neutered. And the only reason that they haven't done it is because, one, they can't afford it, but the other reason is they can't get a collar or leash on Pee-wee because he bites so badly. But both Carlos and Judy were totally for getting Pee-wee neutered. This was an accidental litter. They weren't trying to have puppies, but we had to do it this particular day. If we could get them on the schedule, they said it was a yes, because they were going back up north. They've been staying 3 hours up north. They weren't staying down here in Phoenix, which meant I only had a matter of hours to formulate some kind of plan to get these puppies from his possession into mine, because Carlos was hell-bent on his buddies, each one of them, having one of these puppies. 99.9% of the folks that are in the position that Judy and Carlos are in, they don't get their animals spayed and neutered because it costs money. It's one more thing to have to do, which in turn leaves thousands and thousands and thousands of homeless dogs running the streets. This is just a couple streets up from where I live. I work with these people often, and there's not a day that I leave my house, not one day that I leave my house, where I don't run across an animal wandering the streets alone, and I'm trying to catch it. Last year, the numbers of homeless stray dogs was close to 1 million in Arizona. Okay, now that I got us all depressed, let's go the other way with our emotions. So we got Pee-wee to the clinic. This is a snappy snare. If you don't know what that is, I'm gonna put it in our Patreon account. We're also launching the rescue coaching program, and it'll be in there. This is the #1 tool that has helped me save so many animals, because I couldn't even get Pee-wee out of Carlos's car. He was trying to bite Carlos. But because of this, I was able to get him out of the car and get him in the clinic. And even though I couldn't touch him and the vet techs had a huge struggle, we all managed to get him into one of the back kennels so that they could get him neutered. This all took place at about 7 o'clock in the morning. As soon as I dropped him off and got in my car, I got on my phone and I posted on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts and posted some of this footage. And I just said, you guys, this is what's happening. If these puppies go to his friends, it's just going to create massive, massive problems. They're going to be pregnant. They're going to be knocked up, on and on and on. The cycle continues. I'm going to offer him $1,000. And I asked the audience to donate. I didn't have $1,000, but I knew I had to come in with a high price that was going to offer no negotiating. I just needed them to say yes. I didn't want them to go back and forth and let's think about it, or next time we're in town. I just needed something to knock them on their ass to where they could not say no. So in that time span, from the moment that I dropped Pee-wee off to the moment I picked him up, we raised about $800. Judy, the wife, came to pick Pee-wee up from my house, and she brought the little white puppy when she came over. And what I told her was the doctor from the clinic that worked on Pee-wee and that did the vaccinations brought $1,000 to me when I picked Pee-wee up and said, would you offer this to the family? I'd love to buy all those puppies. The truth was the surgeon really did want one of those puppies. She wanted the one in the little shirt. She definitely didn't want all of them, but I knew if I said something like, we don't think that the owners you have picked out are fit, egos are going to trump any amount of money all day long. I knew that would never work, so I had to come in with someone that had a high level of credibility. She's a doctor, she's a surgeon, and she had a bunch of money and wanted to buy the whole litter. They were all going to have free vet care forever, and on and on and on. Judy said, give me 5 minutes, let me go talk to Carlos. It worked. And look, I made Dad stay and help me. I wasn't able to get the 4th puppy. That 4th one they were keeping for themselves, and Judy told me I wouldn't sell him for $1 million, which of course she would have, but I didn't have any more time to raise more money because they were leaving to go back up north. And it started to get a little too, I could feel the conversation getting a little confrontational. She had a lot to say about her own opinions on why she wanted to keep that puppy. And if I would have pushed any harder, I would have lost the relationship. And I needed to make sure that I stayed in their good graces, because I always want to be an option for them. I want them to continue to come to me with animal situations should they need help in the future. And I want to make sure that I can help him out with that puppy. He still needs 2 more rounds of vaccinations, and they don't want to get him neutered right now, but down the road, I'm going to try and talk him into it. I called the surgeon that night and told her that I was able to get the puppies, and she was to the moon. She was so excited for that little boy. I took him down there the next day, and the 2 little girls stayed with me for about 2 weeks before another rescue took over, got them fostered, and eventually got them adopted. I keep my space reserved for some of the tougher street dogs that need a little bit more rehabilitation. Don't forget to join our Patreon if you want to continue to help us remedy situations like this. The rescue coaching program goes live this month. Everything from how to start a rescue to become a 501c3 to how to rehome your neighbor's dog will be included in that. If you need help training your dog, my $20 courses are linked below. Don't forget to like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video.